Tacoma's housing and homelessness crisis was declared a city emergency in 2017. The crisis is especially evident in the areas surrounding Nativity House, an emergency shelter for adults in Hilltop. The street directly behind Nativity, G Street, has long been a gathering place for folks without shelter. Due to COVID-19, limited capacity at shelters has further decreased to maintain social distancing protocols, leaving even more people on the streets. Over the course of the last few months, residents of G Street, both housed and unhoused, worked to come together in the G Street Collective to co-create new ways to live in community.
When some of us neighbors started asking questions about just that question of how to live better together, considering that we have neighbors that stay in tents and neighbors that stay in cars and neighbors that live in houses, and there's all these different conflicting needs. So what we decided is that we were going to have a meeting back here in the patio and invite everyone on the block to come and kind of share what's been going on for them. And we had a first meeting, and we had a good amount of folks back here, and we had a few meetings after that. And then of course it was still COVID time, so we were like, okay, we need to not have that many people at a meeting. But the momentum was good because we were having conversations and building relationships that weren't being maintained before.
The G Street Collective has really it's pushed us to be creative in ways that I think are really important, to really push ourselves to consider the way that we need to be collaborators with the people who are living outside.
It's just kind of refreshing to notice that it's possible for there to be kind of a peaceful and productive dynamic.
Throughout these community conversations, the G Street Collective identified several high priority needs. With the Pitch to Ditch Poverty Grant, the G Street Collective is hoping to provide necessary cleaning supplies, improved water access, a public works bike stand, and a permanent Sharps container in partnership with the Tacoma Needle Exchange.
The Sharps container is good because I've seen some needles around. This street's been trashed. This area's been absolutely trashed in the past, and it's a lot better. They've done a good job, but the main thing would be the water access, refuse disposal or collection.
I think it's been important for us, some of us neighbors that are housed, to think about and shift our power and our privilege.
It's a challenge to remember that in order for folks to be on the street making more decisions for themselves, we actually have to be making fewer.
I know everybody, and people come to me for advice, I guess. Since I grew up in the neighborhood, I know the residences, and I guess they respect me. So
it's nice to see people that haven't had a voice have a voice finally. People that have felt like the world just did not care about you, and they don't want to hear it. Because too often, I think, if you're looking at like homeless programs and things, it's run by experts, but they're experts that have never lived it, that don't have any actual experience. And they tend to dismiss the people that are actually living it. Long-term, big dream, there's no longer a need for us. I hope we get to be obsolete. I hope that we're able to get with more people and solve the issues. Right now, we're able to help a little portion, but it's just the end result of a lot of other big issues. They're leading people to find themselves here. I think at some point it would be nice to see more of the causes that lead people to this environment addressed.